Okay, so I'm going to talk about Round Mountain. This is a mountain that I really like. It's great for beginners or somebody who is, they're good at riding bikes. They want to get onto a mountain, try some trails that aren't too difficult necessarily. There are some difficult trails on Round Mountain, but the most difficult thing is getting to the mountain. So you can see here that Round Mountain is a isolated mountain here in Southwest Virginia. So this is Virginia. Here's Richmond, 81, and then you've got Route 77 going up here. And so basically, in order to get there, you're going to get off at Bastion, or actually Bland, right here at Route. Yeah, I don't like that number. But anyway, you'll be able to see it because you've got Love's, you've got Arby's. It's the only big stop in Bland County. So if you're going up 77, coming down 77, whatever, you'll know it's right after Bastion. I believe it's the Bastion exit, if I'm not mistaken. And you'll get off and you'll go down this road, and then you'll go up 688, and that'll take you to the trails. So a little bit better map here that you can see. Here's 77. Here's where Arby's is. And you're going to take 52 and then take Route 668. And there's a parking lot down here, but the main parking lot is right up here. Now, I've noticed that there are a couple places. In fact, the first place I used to go was right over here by Wolf Creek and go up Corkscrew, which is very, very steep, long climb, going over some rock gardens and streams, especially some bad rock gardens on this Wolf Creek Trail right here. I'm going to have to try them again because a couple years ago I didn't even attempt the rock gardens. They're too big and jagged. I just would walk over them. But going up Corkscrew is pretty straightforward. There's some rock gardens that are a little challenging, some stream crossing, especially if it's been raining. They're going to get a little swolled up. But once you get to the top, it's awesome coming back down. There's some nice little jumps. You're going really fast. You're not pedaling. It's a lot of fun going down Corkscrew Hill. The main trails that I go are Genesis and Chimney Loop. Those are the ones that you've seen me go on in my previous videos. Go up to the parking lot here, go up Genesis, through Chimney, and then down Genesis where it's nice and flowy, very fast on this part of Genesis Trail. I have yet to try these trails over here. I mean, a friend of mine and I, we parked down here and we rode South Fork Trail. I think we went up Salamander. I really don't know where we were going, how we got around, but eventually we came back to this parking lot here. And I'll show you all this stuff in a minute. But then there's a third entrance that I learned about that if you go down the road, so you're on 52, you make a left and you go down this road. It's about 3.8 miles. And then this is State Route 610. It's called Burke's Garden Road, I believe. And so you go through, and about 2 miles you get to this parking lot here for South Fork. I was told not a great trail anymore. Don't bother with it. Keep going another 2 miles and you'll get to the parking lot over here. And let's see if I could change it so that you can go on trailings. That's what I'm going to try to do next time. So anyway, this is like the bat cave of trails. It's really hard to find. So let me show you a video. Let's see here. Okay, so when you get off of, now this is coming southbound on 77. I'm getting off here, and you make a right, and this is where you see Love's, Arby's are over here. They've got a K station, and a really nice restaurant right over here. I love getting their barbecue. It's got a 50s motif. It's pretty cool. Beware of the trucks here. There's lots and lots of trucks. They love to stop here, and they're pretty aggressive. So once you get to this T section, you make a left as soon as it's clear. And actually, this right-hand turn here will take you to the Wolf Creek that I was telling you for Corkscrew Hill. And I'll show you the road, not the video, but I'll show you the where you're going to meet up with the trailhead. Because again, it's kind of hidden. You'll pass by these things so fast you don't realize. Because up here is Round Mountain. This is where you're going to be going up past this hill. There are no signs saying this is where you go to Round Mountain. It's going to look like you're pulling into somebody's driveway, but don't panic. So just watch this video so you know exactly where to turn. It's basically the first real right-hand turn, and it comes up on you very quickly. It's just a surprise. You just have to look for some cues. So you'll see a sign here for the route, the bus sign, and then you see this guy with his flags here. Right across the street from him is the entranceway. Bam, there it is, Round Mountain Road or Lane or something. You go in here. I mean, it's a mailbox here. It looks like you're going into somebody's house. So it's Round Mountain Road. And you feel like you're pulling into somebody's driveway, but you're not. This is a public road. And so you go up, it's a little bouncy. Make sure you got decent ground clearance going up here, and just go past their farms. And then you got a little crossing after this this building here. Now I have 7 inches of clearance under my car. A friend of mine got up this hill with 6.7 inches of clearance. I don't know if I would go any lower than that. And with 7 inches of clearance, there are some spots here that I slow down and take care to make sure that I don't bottom out or scrape something or hit the bike rack in the back. But this road is actually, they've done a really good job repairing the lower part of this road because of the logging. So this part right here isn't so bad. Let me fast forward a little bit. There's some ruts and washaways. This. And you can see here, actually there's a good place to stop if you need to. Let me skip ahead a little bit. You definitely don't want to bring a car that struggles going uphill. You don't need all-terrain tires or anything like that to get up this hill, although it will help. I definitely recommend taking a truck up here, but an SUV, typical SUV, should work. Now, as you're going up the hill, you'll see this first turn here. That's actually where you go to this trail right here. Okay, the South Fork. So this is that right there. And then just above it, as we'll see, will be the first parking lot. Up until this point, it really isn't bad on the road. It's a little bumpy. I think some decent cars can make it. And so you can see there's a parking lot over here, and that is just above right here. And you can see all we did was travel this far. Now we're going to be going up the main part of this road. It will take a while. I'll skip ahead. Definitely beats on your transmission quite a bit. I'm going to skip more. All right, so you got some ruts here that you got to be careful of. Again, this is not a problem if you have a truck or a Jeep. You know, that you'll laugh at this stuff. But For somebody that has a regular SUV, you want to be careful that you don't run the tire off and scrape the bottom of your car, because you can see there's some washout areas. You want to definitely stay on the road and just be careful that you don't get caught in a rut. All right, fast forward a little bit more. As you can see, it's very far. You feel like you're lost. And the first time you're going up, you're like, where are we going? Again, you got some wash. It's hard to see on the camera or on but these are big, big potholes. And you can see that they tried to put some dirt in to make it better, but this is all sticking up, and so you really do have to be careful that you don't overtax your suspension. And again, you could hear the transmission is real. Here again, I had to like touch the branches because I didn't want the wheel to slide into this rut here. Not anything super scary, but you do want to be very careful so that you don't make a bad mistake and ruin your whole trip. All right, let me skip ahead a little bit. Again, here's a rut, washout area. You just got to be careful going uphill. Definitely don't bring a car up here. If you've got, a Nissan Altima or something, just park at the first parking lot. This is not the ride for you. Okay, now you see they got washout here, and then there's a bulge, another bulge, the rock here. It's hard to see, but it's there, and you can see that's why I'm going really slow, because I don't want to rip the front of my car. That wasn't anything. I don't know what that noise was. Maybe a rock that just kind of rolled underneath the wheels, but you could see that the terrain isn't the best. So you get near the top. I don't think this is. Let's skip some more. Yeah, it's far. Okay, so the first real left, that's the parking lot. So you just go in there. And my transmission smells very hot when I get to the top. The grade isn't anything steep, super steep, but it is steep and it's consistent, so it just drains on your transmission and heats it up a lot. But my car got up. It's a 2010, so it got up there every single time. The brakes, when coming down, get a little overheated. The transmission gets a little overheated, but nothing where it's damaging the car or anything like that. You don't want to drive an underpowered low car to the top here. However, this parking lot right here, it is a long climb, but the road is great all the way through. There's a couple of rocks sticking up out of the ground. You just keep an eye out for them. You're not going to go flying up this hill. It's too windy and narrow anyway. But this is one that you might be able to take a car, depending on if you got a low rider. Now you can't do that, but a regular car should be able to make it up to this part right here. And I'll show you a video later on, because I'm definitely doing that next time. Now the Wolf Creek, this is where, if you don't want to take a car up the hill, you just ride down this road. Remember how it was the first right. You go past here. Let's see. So let me put on the satellite, because it's, again, like the Batcave, it's hidden. So you go down this road here, and you're looking for the Boy Scouts of America. Watch how hidden this is. All right, I'm going to zoom in, because I always find it from the bridge. Let's see. There's the bridge. Okay. So you can see here, this is the parking lot. They've got a pavilion, so you could have a picnic or whatever. If you've got a girlfriend or a wife or someone doesn't mind driving around, picking you up, drive to the top of where I showed you, ride around the trails, have her take the car down, bring it down over here so that you can come down the the corkscrew and then come across this bridge and then meet up for lunch or dinner or whatever in this area. That would be the ultimate. That's something I'm thinking about doing if we could figure out how to the logistics of it. But you can see here there's a parking lot. The trail goes through here. There's a bridge. It goes, can't quite see the trails, but you could see here, there's the bridge. And let's see. All right, so there's the bridge. It comes across, then you go into the Wolf Creek Trail. And the Wolf Creek Trail, either one is just as annoying as the other ones. Let me go back to 2D. Oops. So then you got the Corkscrew Trail, goes all the way up the hill. And by the time you get to the top, first time doing it, you're going to want to just go back down. But it is a challenging trail. That's definitely for people that like to go fast on switchbacks, on riding through trails. Of course, you could walk through the creeks, but you definitely want to work on that skill, going fast and just plowing right through the little creeks that form, because all the water just flows off the mountain. Now, if it's been dry for a while, you may not see any creeks at all. There's definitely a few rock gardens, nothing challenging. They're more like plates. That's probably the easiest rock gardens I've seen. The tough ones are over here in Wolf Creek. If you can get past those, you could definitely handle these. So yeah, that's how you find. There's 3 ways to get, really 4 parking lots, 5 parking lots if you count this one over here, to get to Round Mountain and ride around. They are great trails. You've seen some of my videos before of Round Mountain. I'm going to, because everything looks different now. I took that in the last one around Thanksgiving, or maybe early spring. And now everything's green, everything's cool, everything's fast because there's no leaves there. So I definitely will bring you a video of these trails down here and see what they're like. But definitely, you owe it to yourself. If you live nearby, check out Round Mountain. It is a really cool trail. They do a great job cleaning up any of the trees. They're weed eating all the time. They're clearing any fallen trees or anything like that. And there's a lot of trees, and it's a lot of work. So Dennis was the guy that I met there. You saw him on the video at the end when I went to the top. And he's one of the main guys that clears this whole mountain here. And they really do a great job making sure that these trails are fun to ride. They're great for hiking trails. I do see some hikers here and there. But I'll see just as many bikers, maybe more bikers on these trails, because they really are made for biking. They're not made for horseback riding. They're not made for hiking necessarily. These are really, truly made for mountain bikers. And you can see they're green. Most of them are green. So even if you're a beginner, you'll be able to handle these trails for the most part. There's a couple of sketchy parts that you may just want to get off your bike and go, because the streams make the rocks wet. Usually the streams are where the rock gardens are. And so it can get a little slippery if you're just not experienced. But I highly recommend Round Mountain. Definitely check it out. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.